Hello viewers, welcome to my one more class of English grammar. Today I would like to discuss about modal auxiliaries. Some words in English grammar are so vital to express our mood, our likes, dislikes, our capabilities, etc. All these words are called modals. These words help us to form tense, passive voice and much more. These words are called auxiliaries or helping words or simply modal auxiliaries. They help to form different other grammatical stuff to go with. Now modal auxiliaries are mainly 6 or 8 we can say. First of all is modal auxiliary be. You must be knowing that while writing sentences in first person we are using be. To be means to be present or to be there or showing existence. Now be is used in the formation of continuous tense. We can say he is working, is the form of to be, I was writing. Secondly, be is also used in the formation of passive voice. The gate was opened or the boy was made study by his teacher. Now our second auxiliary is have. Have is used in the formation of the perfect tenses. He has worked, he has been working. So it can be used in formation of perfect tense. Perfect tenses matlab perfect continuous also and perfect tense itself. He has worked is perfect tense and he has been working is showing continuous perfect tense. Then comes have. I have to be there by 5. He has to move the bag himself. Right. Now second auxiliary is do. Do is used to form the negatives and interrogatives. For example, he doesn't work, he did work, does he work, did he work, all these are the sentences of do and third person singular carries es form. So he doesn't work, he didn't work, does he work, did he work, all these are the example of auxiliary do. Now can, could, may, might. All these can express ability. I can swim. May is used to express possibility. It may rain tomorrow. Could and might are used as past equivalent of can and may. Now comes shall, should, will and would. Shall is used in the first person and will in all the other. I shall be 25 next week. Tomorrow will be Sunday. Then must and ought to. Must is used to express necessity or obligation. Ought is used for moral obligations. For example, we ought to help him. If it is a moral obligation, you can understand, it is written with ought to. Now used to and need and dare. These are other but same consideration and same importance. Used to is expresses discontinued habit, that is there should be a house there. Need is denoting necessity. He need not go. Need I write? Dare is used to show some inability. I don't dare to talk to him. These are all very important modal auxiliaries in English grammar. We can see it elaborately in some other day. For today, it's okay. This much is enough. Thank you so much.